This is question 1 of numbers of assignment 7. And so I first started out by importing my tuple function, which is over here. So while we're here, I'll go over this, but this is actually used later on in question 1. But this is my function. It uses 2 for loops. It takes the key and the dictionary input of the keys and prints the key. And the key is actually representing the prefix, which is required. And then from that, it takes the value and sorts it based off each key, so each inputted value, and then we'll sort that, which I'll show you in a little bit. To start out, I created a dictionary called prefix_dic, which I'll plug in later on to the while loop. But then I start out with a while loop, where I have the first user input with prefix equals input and the course name. So I'm just going to do ISIN. Okay. And then it's going to go down here, and if it equals quit, it's going to break. But we did not enter quit, so it's going to create a class number list. And now it's asking me for my class number, so I'm just going to do 121. And then it keeps asking me that until, so since I typed in 121, it moves down to this while loop, which will stay here until while my class number does not equal done. So each number I add to this list, it will keep going around the cycle. So this will append to this list I created up here. But when I type done, it will go back to the prefix. But when I type done, it also creates this list that I had just created here and creates it into a tuple. And then from that tuple, it puts it into a dictionary into the prefix dictionary with the prefix as the key and the tuple as the value. So then if I enter another prefix, let's do ISYS, it'll do this all over again, 123. Then I click done. Now, after it does those things, and when I do my print function down here, it calls in this function that I had mentioned earlier. So the prefix will be printed first, and then it will go into the values, but it will sort the values by the list of what they come in. And yeah.